one of the things that I found is that principles tend to be universal no matter where you are. And I think the earlier you come into realization with these principles, the earlier you can change your life. And it's just simple principles like discipline. You know, what are you currently doing right now that is going to take you where you want to be in life? And I think, you know, it's discipline in the small things. It's being excellent in ordinary things. I mean, you know, what books are you reading right now? I'll never forget years back when I was young, I picked a book by Dr. Miles Monroe that talked about, you know, purpose, you know, living a life of purpose. And I think it just challenged me, and I knew that there was more in life. And you know, Jeff, you said that everyone has got that dream, but how many of you are willing to pay the price? Because it's not just about having the dream, it's the willingness to pay the price.
Absolutely. Shane Maguire, you join the New Zealand Navy, you end up in America. What are you thinking then?
I joined the New Zealand Navy very young, just to get out of a very small town. It was my opportunity just to step out and do something a little bigger than what I was used to. Actually had an opportunity to be in a movie years ago with Mel Gibson, Anthony Hopkins, and I doubled for Mel Gibson in that movie. I was 21 years old. Right out of the Navy, they were looking for a medic for the ship. It's a square rig, 18th century sailing ship. And they said, you know, we need a medic. Do you want to go sailing with us? Well, heck yeah. And so I jumped on that, not knowing where we were going, what we were doing. Oh, we're making a movie? Well, that sounds like fun too. And they ended up bringing me to America. And, of course, as a young man, I always thought, you know, watching TV, America was the place to be. I just wanted to get a 1965 Cadillac convertible. I thought that was success. When I arrived in America, that's exactly what I did. I worked really hard, got that car, and I thought I'd made it. Well, I lost the car because they repossessed it. I didn't have the equipment up here, how to keep it, you know. And so, but I saw a lot of people around me that were real successful. I started also reading a few books, watching movies. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, at a really young age, I watched him, you know, as a bodybuilder. And I thought, you know what, that's what I want to do. You don't have to be a skinny kid like me. You can be like that if you just work real hard. Well, you can see that didn't work out so well. But it also took me to the next principle. That was, you know what, you can actually be anything you want it to be if you put hard work into it. Well, I was too lazy to be a bodybuilder, but I wasn't too lazy to be an entrepreneur and make my own waves. So
yeah,
America was it for me at the time.
What is the secret? What is the secret, Charles? What is the secret to making it? Because a lot of people end up in America like you all, and many don't make it. Many are still pumping gas at the stations. Many are still working at 7-Eleven or McDonald's. What's the secret?
Well, I want to go back to something I said earlier. I think all of us want to make it, but very few of us want to pay the price. And I think sometimes it's easy to just look at where we are right now in life and not really talk about, you know, the 4 cleaning jobs that I had to do, the 2 security jobs that I had to do. And I had to get to a point in life that I was just willing to pay the price. As an entrepreneur, it was not easy. People are looking for a handoff. People are looking for, you know, hey, give me my first starter check and then I'm just gonna make it. But I didn't have any of that. I mean, I just had to go out there and take the risk. And if you're not willing to take the risk, if you're not willing to get your car repossessed, if you're not willing to lose your house, if you're not willing to be homeless, which happened to me at some point, then you're not willing to be an entrepreneur. You're just dreaming. That's just an ambition. But if you want a greatness in your life, you gotta be willing to pay the price. I think for me, in my journey, that has been the one most significant thing. The second important thing is focus. What you focus on increases. So if you do not have focus in your life, you know, we tend to be a wandering generality. We want all sorts of things. Today I'm going to school to become a nurse. Tomorrow I'm trying to become an entrepreneur. The other day I'm trying to do something else. You just gotta have to just buckle it down to one thing and say, you know what, I'm gonna fight for this one thing, and if it doesn't make it, at least I gave it my all. And so focus for me and discipline with paying the price has been the key.
Shane, does one have to hit rock bottom in order to realize, in order to wake up?
Rock bottom? Well, not necessarily. You know, sometimes we start at rock bottom, so there's not too far to fall. And if you climb a little bit and you end up falling back to rock bottom, it's a familiar territory. The thing is that some people say, well, this is familiar to me, I'm going to stay there. The entrepreneur is the person that says, look, this is a lifestyle. I'm going to live that lifestyle no matter whether it's on somebody's couch or whether I'm in the penthouse. And so, yeah, sometimes rock bottom a couple of times has to happen. It's happened to me. I know what it is to make millions of dollars and lose it. I did it 2 or 3 times. But again, it's a lifestyle. It's a mindset that says, you know what, I'm not going to quit. You know, the Think and Grow Rich book by Napoleon Hill, the best little clip, the story in there is 3 feet from the gold. I don't know if you know that story. I think you do, Charles. But 3 feet from the gold, the guy had this equipment. He was drilling back in the 1800s, couldn't hit gold, sold the equipment for scrap. The scrap guy said, you know what, I'm going to drive this thing another 3 feet. He hits the mother lode. The guy that sold that equipment, he went on to be one of the largest insurance companies in the United States because he learned a valuable lesson. Don't quit. You could be 3 feet from the next person in your life that could make a difference.
Yeah.
You got to be out there walking and wearing out leather on your shoes.
Absolutely.
You can't be sitting on your couch.
Now, there's 3 of you in this mix of yours that's here in town. There's you, Shane, there's Charles, and there's Jeff Bologna. How do you all meet?
Well, Jeff Bologna has actually been a friend of mine for years. We had an aviation business. He's run Fortune 50 companies. He's an A-lister. We're kind of B-listers. Not up here, but we'll get there. But yeah, right? He's an A-lister. He's run some pretty big companies like Sears and Kmart. I don't know if you've ever heard of those brands. TGI Fridays, he was the president of that. He actually couldn't be here because he's penning a multi-billion-dollar U.S. deal right now. And that's kind of important. I mean, that's why we're all here, right? So we can't say to him, hey, you know, put that deal aside. We've got to come and be on radio today. So Jeff and I met through the aviation business. We're all pilots. We love aviation. Charles started flying recently as a new pilot. And, you know, there's some real learning skills in aviation that apply to our business. But Jeff and I met through that, and because of Jeff's pedigree, he does a lot of public speaking, and it was a natural fit. Plus, he's on the chairman of the board of Light of Hope, which is an orphanage here in Kenya.
Right.
And so that's why he wanted to be here. But we're here in his stead, and he, of course, apologizes he can't be
No,
here.
not at all. No problem. Charles, what do you do now? People, I'm sure, from Las Vegas.
What are you doing now?
Yeah.
All right, so Entrepreneur, we just got different kinds of businesses. Shane and I own a software and an accounting business, but we are also into different other businesses in the United States. The biggest thing for us is we are constantly always seizing opportunities. So if it's in technology, we see an opportunity in technology, we seize it. But our main thing right now is just software and accounting. And of course, Shane is in precious metal business as well. So.
And what's with the flying, Charles? I mean, is it you have so much money now you're buying planes?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had a dream. Here's the funny part. When I was growing up in Kenya, what used to happen is that I would see people flying over our little shuttle back there in Nakuru, in Rwanda. Big shout out to all the folks down there. But I used to say one day that's going to be me, and it just happened. I mean, I've been pursuing those dreams, and of course, all my business partners are pilots. That kind of gave me a kick, and so yeah, I started flying.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, nice. So you all first time in Kenya, Shane?
Yes, it
First
is.
time.
Yes, it's my
So you
pleasure.
land at JKIA as opposed to JFK, Charles. Yeah,
Yes.
JKIA.
Almost identical looking airports. If you close your eyes, you can hear the airplanes. It sounds like JFK.
Although no one was saying, "What's up, man? What's up?" So, Shane, your thoughts? First time in Africa?
Yes, it is.
Good. Your thoughts?
You know what? This is a continent I've always wanted to come to Africa. I'm delighted that Kenya is the first stop. One, because of my business partner, my best friend. He's from here, so I've heard all the stories, and some of them pretty sad. But you know, there's hope and there's dreams to be had here, and so it was a natural fit for Charles and I to stop and say, you know what? If we're going to travel and start speaking together, this is the first time together we'll be speaking publicly. This is the best place to do it. And, of course, we get to see your hometown. And like I said, I think this is the next land of opportunity.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
3 feet away.
With maybe less. Maybe less. We've been digging for 2 days. We're at least a foot away right now.
So, Charles, what exactly are you guys doing here?
Well, there's a Wealth Summit this Saturday in Nairobi Safari Club. We're going to be empowering entrepreneurs. We're passionate about this, travel different parts of the world and had the opportunity to empower people. And we said, why not Kenya? Because I believe in the entrepreneurs here. There's a lot of innovation. There's a lot of people that are hungry here to grow their businesses. And no matter where you are, maybe you're scaling your multi-billion-dollar company, or maybe you're just starting, there's something for you. So that's what we're going to be doing this Saturday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Nairobi Safari Club. It's a World Summit.
Can anyone walk in? Can anyone show up?
Yes, it's welcome for general public.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, this place is known as the Silicon Savannah, Shane. You know that?
Silicon Savannah.
That's what they call
Yeah,
it.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, technology is just crazy here.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
That's why I'm saying the opportunities are right here. There are a lot of smart people in this town.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the internet just changed everything. It doesn't matter where you're at, whether you're in Kenya, any part of Kenya.
Yeah.
You can get online on the internet. You can be a successful entrepreneur if you have an imagination.
I call it the great equalizer.
Absolutely.
The internet. It's changed everything.
I don't know if you remember, you're probably about my age. What, 35?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Plus minus.
Plus or minus. Your smile gives it away. You look young.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you remember when PCs, desktop computers came
That's
out.
right.
It freaked everybody out.
And they were in black and white. They weren't in color.
Yeah, well, that's a whole different story.
There you go.
Because that's our messages were as plain as black and white. I don't know if you know. So,
Nice.
By the way, it is.
by the way, but when computers come out, everyone was afraid that people were going to be put out of a job. They're so myopic in their thinking that an industry like that may explode and have 50,000 different subsidiary industries built around it. Well, the internet's the same.
Yeah.
I think the internet's the new Wild West.
Yeah.
And this is it right here in Kenya.
There
The
you
new
go.
Wild West.
Silicon Savannah, right, Jalas?
Silicon Savannah.
By the way, if you want to show up at the Safari Club Hotel this Saturday, here's the information. It is 5,000 shillings per person, breakfast included. It starts at 7 a.m., like Charles said, all the way to noon. And you're going to meet these three great gentlemen who've made it literally from rags to riches. It's a contact number, 0740 501 418. 0740 501 418. Was it tough convincing your colleagues to come to Kenya, Charles?
Absolutely not. I mean, we share a lot of passion together. It was just one of those things. I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's go to Kenya. And everybody was like, yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Where next?
Well, we have a big gig coming in Nigeria. Yeah, so we're excited
That's a
about
good
that.
place. That's a cool place.
Yes.
180 million people,
Yes.
plus minus.
Yes.
That should be good.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. I lived there for 6 years, so yeah, Nigeria is
It's okay, we know.
Oh, okay.
You've said that thing again and again.
Jalas, I just reminding, you know.
Oh, no. You've said it again and again. Yeah. It's something you've said
Yeah.
when we leave and the microphones are off.
Oh,
You
okay.
tell them.
Not in the interview.
Yes.